Forza Horizon 6 on the RX 9060 XT 16GB Asus Prime version of the GPU. You can see all the specs right here. Latest driver 26.5.2 paired up with the i5 12400F and 32GB of DDR4 memory running at 3200 MHz. Nothing is hot clock, everything is base speeds. So let's see the performance on this thing. Pretty sure it's going to be performing really well, because if the B580 was able to pull this off on 4K high settings, it's going to be a breeze for this card as well. So let's jump into it. All right, I'm going to start it off on 4K. You can see we're using 10GB of VRAM. We got 16GB in this card, so that's a huge advantage. Even the 12GB B580 was able to pull this off, kind of, you know, on extreme settings without ray tracing. So, and we have FSR 4.1, which is going to be really nice, really sharp. But unfortunately, we don't have any frame gen option. It's only like exclusive to NVIDIA cards. I don't know, man, such a big IP from Xbox and Microsoft that sold millions of copies doesn't have like basic frame gen, even 2x frame gen on any of the GPUs except NVIDIA. That's kind of shitty, but can't help it. All right, so it's 4K native FSR 4.1. I'm gonna go extreme settings just to start it off. All right, let's see the performance on the 9060 XT, maxed out almost. Taking you to 52 FPS, okay. I mean, that's not bad. Close to that 60 FPS mark without any upscaling on FSR 4.1. Looks really nice, pretty sharp, I might say. The image looks amazing. You know, on extreme settings, this game is just gorgeous to look at. So I'm on this Ferrari right now. I got this, like, it's a free car that I got when I pre-ordered the game, like a pre-order bonus, you know. Have I been here before? I have no idea, but man, this game just looks so beautiful. 48 FPS. There's an online player right there, taking the shortcuts and whatever. All right, so yeah, not quite able to get 60 FPS, but if I just enable a little bit of upscaling, we should be easily able to get that 60 FPS mark. So I'm gonna go to quality mode right here, and quality mode didn't get us 60 FPS. Okay, okay, that's kind of strange. I was thinking, yeah, it should easily get us to 60, but it makes sense because we were only getting about 45 to 50 FPS on native. So this does get that 60 FPS mark, but it's gonna drop down below 60 if you go to the, you know, city. Like outside here, if it's only barely getting 60 outside, in the city is definitely gonna be lower than that. Like something around 55 or maybe less than 40 could be possible. So yeah, right here without a lot of things going on, can get 60 to 70 FPS, which is pretty good. But yeah, if you want that clear 60 FPS mark, you're gonna have to go even down below quality mode. So I'm gonna say performance mode is gonna be the best way to play it if you want to play extreme settings, and that will take you to 670 FPS. So that's pretty nice. So I'm just gonna try go to the city right here and go all the way back. Here's a really nice Ferrari. Okay, switching the view, dipped the FPS a little bit. That was a slight stutter. You can see the 0.1% low is 3. And we changed the point of view. I think that's all it is. I don't think it's gonna go even down below that. Since it is FSR 4.1, the game looks super sharp. It's as if we are playing on native settings even now. So, you know, it still looks really good on extreme settings. And again, if this was my daily driver GPU, I would play the game like this without any issue on performance mode on extreme settings. But yeah, let me just get to the city area real quick, and then we'll see how the performance drop is gonna be and decide if it's a good idea to keep it on these settings, you know what I mean? So, alright, so we are entering the city right here, or almost. Here we can get 82 FPS, but we're still not inside the city yet. Okay, we are closing in. And now you can see we are at 74 FPS. So that means it's solid. You can definitely play the game like this on performance mode. You don't even have to go down below these settings. Might drop into the 60s, but so far pretty good. Even in these dense areas with a lot of buildings. Oh, come on. There goes the perfectly looking car. Yeah, guys, so 70 FPS is definitely possible. So, yeah, extreme settings and performance mode is the way to go on 4K, in my opinion. And I want to test how it's going to be if I just enable ray tracing. You know what? Might be a little too much. But since we have more than 12 GB of VRAM, should be able to handle it without a lot of issues. The performance might not be that great though. Let's see. Never mind, we're actually getting 58 FPS with this. Ooh, that was a major dip. 50 FPS with extreme ray tracing, are you shitting me? Okay. I was not expecting that at all. But yeah, you can see it's like dropping down into the 40s now. So it's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows with ray tracing enabled. And you can see it's stuttering quite a bit too on extreme ray tracing. So might not be the best way to go about it on this 9060 XT. Might need to, turn down the settings a little bit to make it more playable. But man, still seeing 50 FPS on these settings is kind of nice. I don't think it's worth it. So I'm gonna go to, and again, man, it's such a shame you don't have the frame gen option at all on this GPU. If we had frame gen, we should be able to get 120 FPS and play it like that. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't do that. So the performance mode is going to be the best way to play it if you want to go for extreme RT. But Ultra RT should be perfectly fine. Ultra RT, you can get 60 FPS. You can see right there. So 64 inside the city area means easy 70 FPS plus outside the city. So there you have it. 60 FPS inside. So just lock it to this FPS and play it on Ultra RT. If you don't mind turning down the settings a little bit from extreme. But again, if you want extreme RT, then the only way to play is going to be on performance mode. And even then, you're not going to hit 60 FPS inside the city. So take it as you want. But yeah, Ultra RT definitely gets you to 60 FPS. So if you want ray tracing enabled, this is the best way to play it. So one more thing before I switch off from freaking 4K. I'm just going to try Ultra setting without any ray tracing. Extreme settings native wasn't enough to get us to proper 60. So I believe this is going to get us proper 60 on native settings. Let's see. 57. Okay. Still on 4K, it's not enough for us to get to 60 in the city. Okay. So it's more demanding than I thought it was going to be on the 9060 XT. But again, I'm not mad. This is 4K, ultra settings, native with FSR. So game looks really good. It's what it is, man. 56 FPS on ultra settings. So you have to go to high settings to make it about 60. Yeah. On high settings, native, you can get 60 FPS. And I don't see a major visual change in the game at all, if I'm being honest. I mean, turning down ray tracing, you can see the difference, but going from ultra to high, I don't know, man. The game looks pretty much kind of the similar. And now you can get 60 plus FPS on native settings. So, and again, this is 4K. Most people with the 9060 XT is not going to play on 4K. So this is just an overkill anyways on 4K, but if you are one with a 4K TV or whatever connected to your 9060 XT system, then you can definitely play it. Just turn it down to 60 high settings for the best experience right here. So that's 4K, guys. Pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Now let's move on to 1440p. It's gonna be easy. Okay, on 1440p, still on native FSR 4.1. Okay, I'm gonna go to extreme settings. This one should be easy. Okay, on 1440p, you can see we definitely need more than 10 GB of VRAM to make extreme settings smooth. So on the 8 GB version of the GPU, I don't think it's going to be a smooth experience whatsoever. You might experience a lot of stutter, okay? And there you have it, 75, easy. I told you, man. On 1440p, it's going to be an easy breeze for this GPU. Absolutely phenomenal. The game also looks really good on these lighting settings and all of that. So there you have it, man. If you own a 1440p monitor with this card, you don't even have to go down extreme settings. Easy. Just play it on extreme settings, because in the city, you're getting 75 FPS. That means outside the city is going to be even better. As simple as that. Okay, now this makes me curious. What if I enable... No, don't exit the game. Come on. I'm going to use a little bit of upscaling here. I'm going to go to balance settings. Okay. And then try extreme RT just in case. I don't know how much of an impact it's going to be. Actually, look at that. On extreme RT, you can get more than 60 FPS, man. Wow. Well, there you have it, guys. But you can see the graininess on the road. I don't know why that's happening. Is it because of the FSR upscaling or the ray tracing effect? I genuinely don't know, but you can see we are getting 70 FPS inside the city. So that means it's completely playable with Extreme RT. I believe it's the ray tracing settings issue, man. Because there's no other reason I can see. And yeah, other than the graininess, the game actually plays really well. You can see outside here, you're getting 85 FPS on Extreme RT. So, but yeah, the only downside is you gotta go to balanced upscaling to make this playable. If you want Extreme RT, otherwise, keep it just Extreme. Game still looks fantastic, you know. So that's Extreme RT, guys. And again, I don't know what else to show you guys. This is just a perfectly well optimized game, and because of that reason, we actually don't need frame gen to get us to a playable experience. So I gotta give the credit to Playground Games. They absolutely know what the hell they're doing with the optimization on their engine. And yeah, man, just amazing to see that. So turn it off and then go to native FSR 4.1, and then instead of Extreme RT, maybe play it on Ultra RT. But again, I wouldn't play it like this. And you can get extreme settings running on 60 plus FPS. I don't think Ultra RT is necessary, but still you can see you're getting 81 FPS easily. And now the graininess has disappeared. So it's pretty much because of the upscaling. From balanced upscaling, it was pretty grainy, but now it looks super sharp. You can see there, the road looks pretty clear. So yeah, guys, really playable experience right here. And the reflections looks amazing as well. But here we are actually dropping a little bit down 60. Wow, okay. Okay, so it's not gonna get you 60 FPS all the way through, but come on, guys, it's a racing game. Do you actually care about that much? To be honest, I really don't care if I'm not like getting like exactly 60 all the time. You know, maybe in a slight one or two areas you're gonna lose a little bit of FPS, but other than that, you can see, man, it's pretty much saying the average FPS is 66, so that says a lot. Really playable on these settings. I'm pretty happy about it, you know. But again, this is only up to you. If you only want ray tracing enabled, if you don't care about no ray tracing, just go to extreme setting, and that's all you need to do. It's gonna be a smooth, buttery smooth experience. There it is, 67, 75. But right now we lost a lot of the reflection details, which is obvious if you turn off ray tracing. That is pretty much the main objective of ray tracing. Yeah, can get 65 or more easily, even while doing this burnouts, you know. So pretty good, I might say. On native settings, you can just play it on like this. Alright, that's enough for 1440p. I don't think I need to show you guys anything further than this. Now 1080p is going to be even better, so let's check that out too. Alright, finally on 1080p, still on native FSR 4.1 and Extreme RT. So even on 1080p, if you want to max out everything on Extreme RT, you need more than 11 GB of VRAM. So now you can see we're also kind of CPU bound as well. You can see we are using 66% of the i5 12400F right there. Actually 70, like more than 70% used. So on lower resolution, this game is a little CPU heavy as well. But as you guys can see, we are getting 60 FPS on Extreme RT. With everything maxed out on 1080p native. Actually no, guys, you can see it's dropping down to the 50s as well. So on Extreme RT, the game is really intensive. Even on 1080p, you can see that. Especially with all these smoke effects. You know, so yeah. It's a little intensive. So if you're just driving like this, then it's not going to be a big problem. But if you like to do a lot of burnouts, it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be a little iffy. Almost 80% on the CPU usage. That is insane. And we can see using 12.3 GB of VRAM as well. And the frame time graph is pretty stable, only because we have enough VRAM. If it was an 8 GB card, it was going to be stuttering like crazy and maybe getting at least like 5 to 10 FPS lower than this. So 8 GB card users, be aware of that. Yeah, other than that, yeah, it's going to be an intensive scenario on Extreme RT. I thought it was going to be way smoother than this, but fortunately not. The city seems to be really intensive with the ray tracing enabled. So you gotta have to have some kind of upscaling here. Quality mode should be enough, I guess. 68. Even that's gonna be a little too much. I don't know. But right now, like from 720p upscaled, it doesn't look that great. I'm gonna be honest. It looks a lot blurrier, especially if you look at the road signs and stuff. It doesn't look that great, you know. But it should be enough for us to get 60 FPS consistently. Let me do a little burnout and see how it's gonna be. A lot of these smoke effects gonna reduce the FPS, and we are like pretty much CPU bound. You can see we're only using about 90% of the GPU here and 90% of the CPU as well, so that's also another reason. So it's best to play this game on 1440p to utilize the GPU to its 100%, because right now it's not looking that great, you know. Using any upscaling on 1080p is just pretty much pointless. Just keep it in native settings. It's gonna be the way to go. And then instead of extreme RT, you can just go to extreme settings. And that, I'm pretty sure, will guarantee you a pretty stable experience. I'm going the wrong way, I am. But I don't care. 81 FPS with all of these settings. It's actually not bad. 97. But yeah, the reason why we are not seeing a lot of improvement here is because we are pretty much CPU bound on these settings. So the best way to play this game with the 9060 XT is going to be on 1440p, on native 1440p with extreme settings, in my opinion. So 1080p is going to be a waste. As you can see, we're just barely reaching that 90% mark of the GPU usage, which is not good. We should be like maxing out the GPU at 100% as much as we can to squeeze out every single bit of the performance. But yeah, we're like pretty much CPU bound in this scenario. So I don't know, man. Maybe on Ultra RT it's gonna be slightly better, but still it's gonna be CPU bound. So that's the one thing that I've been noticing in this game. Like on lower settings, it's a CPU heavy game, no doubt about it. So with Ultra RT, we are able to get the RX 9060 XT's performance. I mean, usage up to 90 again, which was pretty much a similar scenario. So not a big difference at all. Yeah, 1080p is not a good idea to play the game on, guys. And if you are playing the game on 1080p, you use Ultra RT or Extreme RT and just keep it at that, because if you're using any upscaling or going below those settings, it's pretty much CPU bound. So yeah, kind of a bummer, but it's what it is. But regardless, it's a really well optimized game, so do what you gotta do with it. I'd say play it on 1440p extreme settings, the best way to do it. Well, that's a lot of people right there. Alright, so that'll be it. That's Forza Horizon 6 on the RX 9060 XT. If you guys like the video, check out my other videos on the channel that I did for Forza. And subscribe to the channel for more benchmarks. I hope you guys are having a great time wherever you are. Catch you guys in the next one. So take it easy and peace out.